Hi, we're at Itron Utility Week, and as you can probably tell if my cameraman spins around, we're here at Qualcomm stand. And first of all, thanks for making the time to talk to us. And one of the things we wanted to do is bring to life how the partner ecosystem is working with Itron. Can you just tell us a little bit about what Qualcomm is doing with Itron?
Right. As you know, Qualcomm is the largest fabless semiconductor manufacturer. 65% of cell phones have Qualcomm technologies in it. And what we did is basically took a lot of the intelligence, user intuitiveness, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and package that and offer that into the energy market. And what we're doing here is basically providing an algorithm, machine learning algorithm, into the Solar Gate platform as one of the applications.
So let me get this right. You're putting a machine learning algorithm into the chipset. So machine learning isn't, you don't have to pull it back, learn at some central hub and then push it back. It's right at the edge.
Right at the local level. So what that allows us to do is basically maintain the customer comfort level, but save the customer money by learning the pricing, the weather information, and basically control all the other electronic component in the house.
So I'm fascinated by this because how much smart, because machine learning isn't easy, right?
Right.
So how smart is this chipset? I mean, how much compute power are you able to package into this?
So the compute power is very, very powerful. It's using a Snapdragon processor. It's a quad-core, 2.2 gigahertz running, basically the algorithm. But the magic is really in the algorithm itself, right? Really understanding how to optimize the
And that's
usage.
proprietary to you, or
Yeah, it's a proprietary algorithm. But what we can do with this algorithm is basically understanding the pricing, your comfort level, and basically be able to control all the other components in the house at the most optimal electricity pricing.
So what happens in the real world? Someone like Itron goes, hey, here's a use case, and we've got the Itron Solar Gateway, and we've heard, in some of the longer sessions about what that's done. Do they then come to you and say, hey, listen, here's the use case, this is what we need to do.
Right.
Can you guys can obviously provide us a chip because that's your bread and butter business, right. But how does this machine learning algorithm get formulated? Is that something you then have to create in a bespoke way where your engineers come into it?
The beautiful thing is that that algorithm is already embedded in your Solar Gate. So just think of a cell phone app that you downloaded in the cell phone, right? It will take care of everything. So basically, once you deploy the Solar Gate and turn on the IEMS, it will automatically do all the management, all the intelligence, turning off and on and off equipment.
So this is a whole paradigm shift, right? There's a whole lot of huge amount of compute power right at the edge.
Correct.
And what is that enabling? Is that just enabling more decision power at the edge, so you then don't have to haul everything back, build great big command and control data centers, everything happens right there?
Exactly. Adam, you hit it right in the head on that. The whole idea is that you can present all the data to the customer, but eventually someone has to make that decision to turn on the pool pump, turn off the pool pump to save money, turn on the car charger and things like that. We took all that complexity out of the customer's hand and basically do it artificial intelligence way.
And where do you guys, as we come into the end of our time here, how far do you think this can go, right? Because this is the Solar Gateway, it's got one particular use case.
Right.
I mean, do you think that there's a huge opportunity of putting this sort of AI into other edge devices that are dealing with the grid?
So the interesting thing is that AI is pretty, widely used in other industries, right? Especially small electronics and things like that. So AI coming into the energy market is fairly new, but obviously it's going to proliferate in the future because that's really the future, right? Take the decision out of customer's hand and then put it into something that they don't have to deal with and worry about.
And especially when you start getting behind the meter generation and things like that, you can't control that with a sort of hub and spoke system.
Exactly.
So thank you very much for taking the time and explaining this.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. And thank you as well for watching. And this has been another sort of show and tell, I suppose, at Itron Utility Week. I hope you enjoyed it.